Hey guys, welcome back to me painting some 3D printed LPS to look like my real life pets. The last episode we painted Waldo. He is the first snake I ever got, so this episode we're going to paint Willow. She is the second snake I've ever got, and she is significantly bigger than Waldo. Luckily, the person that I got this 3D print from was able to make a bigger snake. Of course, first we had to make sure it was Willow approved. Now that it's been approved, let me tell you a little bit about these. These were made by BB Blue on Mercari. They make a lot of really cool 3D prints. I mentioned them in the first episode, but again, they are a really talented 3D artist. They scan these, but then they also combine them and make all kinds of customized 3D models. You can commission Blue to make you whatever kind of pet you would like, as long as you follow the rules in their commission sheets. And that's what I did to get these customized models of my own pets. So this one is normal, but the one that you just saw was a Labrador made out of a Great Dane and a Jack Russell mold. The next pet is another Chihuahua similar to this one, but this is based off of my own dog, so I combined the long-haired Chihuahua mold, short-haired Chihuahua mold, and the Great Dane tail to make a really goofy-looking little creature. Again, I start off by drawing onto the model with a pencil. Pencil does wipe off of it very easily, but just try to be careful not to put your hands all over where the graphite is, and it should still work out pretty well for a guide. When I'm mapping out where I want to paint specifically for the snakes, I'm trying to pick out just my favorite spots on them. I'm never going to be able to fit every single exact identical spot that the snakes have, so I just choose some that look nice and try to fill out the space that I do have. Once all of the spots are chosen, it's time to actually paint. Now, preferably, I would start painting with the correct colors, but as you can see, this is a far too dark yellow for the snake that I'm trying to paint. I go over this multiple times, as you can see here, trying to make it lighter, but it takes a while before I actually get it accurate, or at least as accurate as I can. That was probably the worst attempt right there. But yeah, I go over it like a lot trying to cover the whole thing, but eventually I do realize this is not the correct color, and I go over it again after it finally dries with a more accurate, lighter color yellow. But I do paint it for a while, so I'll let you guys sit here and watch that. Something interesting happened, I'll come back. Something interesting happened. This is the end of day 1's progress. I went over it and added some stripes, like how she has. Unfortunately, also in the wrong color, but luckily, I did get the inner yellow inside of the spots pretty accurate color. I do like this one, so luckily this one sticks. Let me tell you a little bit about Willow. She's actually a snake that I got from Petco. Do not buy from Petco. She came to me with mites, snake mites. They're very difficult to get rid of, and I struggled a lot with getting rid of them, but I think we're very close. Almost done. Unfortunately, that's going to happen a lot with pets you get from a pet store. They're not taking care of it very well, and I don't recommend buying from a pet store, but I fell in love with this snake and I had to bring her home, and I didn't want her to be stuck in a teeny tiny box her whole life. I did find out that she was in that box for 6 months before I bought her, and she was in a box in some other store for 6 months before she was there. So she's had a really sad life, and she was discounted a lot because just nobody wanted her, and that was really sad. But she's mine now. I love her a lot, and I'm hoping to give her the best home that I can. She's a super curious and really sweet snake, but she's also really afraid of people still. which makes sense. She still has a lot of learning to do. And apparently, so do I, because why are these stripes still the wrong color? You know what? Go off, Queen. Show that progress. Or lack thereof. This whole clip is me trying to explain, like, that's the color that the paint is before it dries. It looks a lot lighter in person, and it's kind of the goal. I wanted it to be a lighter color because, obviously, she doesn't have this metallic gold on her. It's like a light tannish brown, but this is not that still. So this whole next like series of videos where I'm painting the stripes again, it's this metallic tan like gold color. It's still not the right color, but do not worry. I do eventually figure out how to not be stupid, and I mix a whole new color to use. You may notice that in a lot of clips, there's like a lot of progress done on the model. That's because I did do a lot off of the camera. I felt like a lot of it was repetitive and kind of boring to just watch, and I don't have a lot to put like input for it. I thought it'd be more interesting to just do some little updates whenever anything important happened. If you guys want to see long videos with just music for the next couple ones, let me know. I'll try to do that. But yeah, I did. For now, I'm just doing it off camera. Anything that's not really important or interesting, like you'll see in a minute that I did repaint the right color over all the stripes, and watching me paint the stripes for like the second or third time would probably not be interesting. There, wow, incredible. It totally is what I just did in the last clip. Anyways, yeah, as you can see here, I went through and painted it a more accurate brown color. This is still a little bit too dark, but it's a lot better than what we had before. I also colored the stomach during this, so you'll see it's also a sort of yellow color, a lot lighter than almost everything else on the model. And then I painted her tongue. This one took a while as well because for some reason this paint was extremely thin, and it took like 10 coats for it to actually not have any white showing through anymore. Luckily it's just a small spot, so it's kind of whatever. Once it was finally finished though, we started painting the eyes. I usually think this part's the most satisfying, but unfortunately I have really shitty paint brushes, so it doesn't really pick up or apply paint very well. It's kind of choppy, but you know, we ball. Also, I know I'm getting a lot of it outside of the actual eye. I go through and fix it later, but again, it's not on camera. I actually have no idea at what point I did that. But trust me, I will fix it. And just like that, it's pretty much done. Now I just have to apply the sealant all over it, which we have another example of one of my really shitty paintbrushes. This thing has been used to seal anything that I've had to seal before. It is pretty much glued together itself, and I should throw it away, but I'm not going to. And just like magic, both eyes are, well, they have it applied, but now they are sealed. Just like last episode, we're going to let the snake tell us whether or not they enjoyed the custom that I slaved over for days. Waldo did not care at all for his, so let's see if Willow cares. I'm sure she's just going around to investigate. Surely she just needed another angle. So, second try, let's see. Does not care. Alright, well, hopefully at least you guys enjoyed it. I love it very much, so on the shelf it goes. The second to a very large collection. I will see you guys in the next video where I finally do something that's not a snake.